If you're already using Figma or Canva for your marketing assets, is Claude Design a real alternative? Or will you spend more time fixing its output than creating it yourself? To find out, I tested Claude Design on my own brand, creating pitch decks, social media creatives, landing pages, and dashboards. By the end of this video, you will know where Claude Design saves time, where it falls short, and whether it's something you would use in your day-to-day work. So let's start with the most important step that has a huge impact on your creatives. That's your design system. It is where Claude stores your brand colors, fonts, and visual styles, so you don't have to set them up every time you start a new project. For this video, I'll create one for my brand. Make passport photo. You can create a design system by describing your brand, importing assets, or pulling everything directly from your website, Figma, or GitHub in just a few minutes. Claude creates a complete design system for you. It brings together your logo, color palette, typography, and components in one place. Once you publish, it's available whenever you create something new. So instead of describing your brand every time, you simply select your design system and start building. That's going to make a big difference in the examples you're about to see. Let's put it to work. For the first test, I'm creating a 90-day performance results deck. I use this prompt and select the slides template. I gave Claude my report data and asked it to create a pitch deck. This is what it came up with. Title slide, the results, what worked, and what to do next. I didn't choose a layout or the colors. It picked those using the design system I created earlier. If you need a PowerPoint, you can export it directly. If you want Google Slides, just export the PowerPoint first and open it there. Now let's see if it can do the same for something marketers create much more often, social media creatives. I use a custom prompt to generate a 5-slide carousel for my brand. The brief is pretty specific. Each slide covers one passport photo mistake, keeps the text in the lower half, and leaves space for an image at the top. Since Claude can't generate images, I ask it to leave placeholders so I can add my own visuals later. The content is exactly what I asked for. The placeholders are already in place and the overall structure is ready to use. I tried tweaking the copy, adjusting the layout, and replacing the placeholders without touching the original prompt. What I liked here is that I wasn't burning extra tokens just to make small layout changes. Everything happened directly inside Canvas. But what if you want to turn it into a short animated video for Instagram or LinkedIn? Normally, that means opening another tool and recreating the whole thing. With Claude, you don't have to. You simply ask it to animate the design you have already built. Here, I asked it to fade in the headline, add subtle movement to the image area, keep it for a few seconds, and leave everything else exactly as it is. The result is exactly what I would expect. A lightweight motion version of the same creative without changing the layout, colors, or branding. If you're already creating static posts, this is an easy way to repurpose them for social media without learning a motion design tool or starting from scratch. Export it as video and it's ready to post. Next, let's see how Claude Design handles something completely different, building a client reporting dashboard. This time, I'm giving it raw GA4 and Google Search Console data and asking it to turn that into a client-ready dashboard. I upload the CSV files. A few minutes later, here's the result. One thing I noticed immediately was that Claude did try to keep every metric on the page. The key numbers comes first, followed by traffic sources, top landing pages, and search performance. Everything is organized in a way that's easy to understand. And if you need it to take it further, you can export it as HTML and continue from there. Now let's see how Claude Design handles something every business needs, a landing page. This time I give Claude a detailed brief instead of a design. The goal is to create a lead capture page for makepassportphoto.com with a clear conversion flow. That includes the hero section, email sign up benefits, how it works, testimonials, and a final call to action. I ask it to use my design system and leave image placeholders instead of generating visuals. Every section is where you would expect it to be. The hierarchy is clear, and it already feels like a real landing page instead of a wireframe. Since the image placeholders are already built in, I can simply drop in my own product visuals without changing the layout. For me, that's the biggest advantage. Instead of spending time arranging sections and figuring out what comes next, I can focus on refining the copy, visuals, and offer. And when it's ready, I can export the entire page as HTML and ship it. After testing Claude Design across 5 real marketing use cases, I think the answer is yes. What impressed me wasn't the quality of any single asset, it was how well Claude understood the structure behind each one. A pitch deck felt like a real presentation, a dashboard highlighted the right metrics, and a landing page followed a clear conversion flow. That's why I see it helping marketers get to a solid starting point much faster so they can spend more time refining the work than building it from scratch. If you had Claude Design today, what's the first thing you would build? Let me know in the comments. See you in the next video.